This one isn't going to be pretty. You're still on the fence, hesitating about some people, some choices, some life-changing decisions. But let me tell you, indecision is the enemy. It wastes time, keeps you trapped, and time is the one thing you can't afford to lose. The winter arc is here. This is the cold, brutal season when everything shifts. When you decide to focus on yourself, to elevate, the entire landscape around you changes. Everything changes. Suddenly, you can't move in the same circles. You can't frequent the same places because you see them for what they really are. Traps. Some of these environments are designed to drown you, pulling you down into a pool of despair where people cling to their misery like a badge of honor. You've seen them, the same places, with the same faces, doing the same thing every day, going nowhere. You don't belong there anymore. Maybe at one time, but not now. The longer you stay, the more you become like them. Some places you're better off avoiding entirely because all they offer is emptiness, false comfort that keeps you stagnant. These are the environments that breed complacency, where ambition goes to die. And if you're not careful, they'll drag you under. You'll feel out of place there now because you are out of place. You're moving differently. You can't sit around doing nothing while the world moves forward. Think about the kind of person who's successful in what you want to do. Now compare their environment to yours. I guarantee it's a stark contrast. They don't linger in places that stifle their growth. Their circle is tight, focused, and hungry. If the people around you aren't moving in the same direction, then you have to move alone. And that feeling, the one where you're turning your back on what you used to feel comfortable with, what you used to feel familiar around, it's strange. It's unsettling, but it's necessary. People are addicted to the familiar, even when it's killing them. But you're done with that. You're ready for more. People are addicted to the familiar, even if it keeps them shackled. But if you're still standing on the ledge, afraid to leap, you remain stuck in the same place, surrounded by the same mediocrity, craving change, but terrified to lose what's holding you down. Make no mistake, this next chapter isn't for the weak. The winter arc is cold, relentless, and unforgiving. You'll be forced to shed layers of yourself, to strip away the comfort that's been suffocating your potential, and it will hurt. But that pain, that's your proof that you're alive, that you're evolving. You'll have to cut ties. Not everyone is built for this climb. And some, if not most, will try to drag you down. Their jealousy will manifest as doubt, disguised as concern. But you need to recognize it for what it is. Fear. Fear of your growth. Fear that you'll leave them behind. And you will. You'll outgrow the familiar places, the pointless conversations, and the empty habits. The silence will grow louder, and the isolation more intense. But that's the crucible, the fire that will forge you. Only in that loneliness will you find clarity. Only in that darkness will you see the path you are meant to walk. And when you do, don't look back. You owe nothing to the person you used to be. You owe everything to the person you're becoming. The person that drugged you out of mediocrity, out of the path to the damned. So move. Move like your life depends on it, because it does. One foot in front of the other. And on that note, misery loves company. Ever notice that the miserable cling to each other, feeding off of one another's despair because they can't stand to be alone in it? They'll drag you down too if you let them. Don't be fooled. These aren't friends. They're anchors, keeping you in the shallow end of life, where it's safe, where it's stagnant. Have you ever seen the rich with broke friends? Or the happy hanging around complainers? No, because success and mediocrity can't coexist. The motivated have no patience for the lazy. Why? Because the weak-willed are a threat. They want to pull you back down into their comfort zone, where dreams die and excuses thrive. And they'll do it with a smile, pretending they care, pretending they're looking out for you. But the truth is, they're scared. Scared that your success will highlight their failure. Scared that your growth will expose their stagnation. And they hate you for it. They hate you because deep down, they know they don't have the courage to do what you're about to do. Cut ties. Burn bridges. Sever connections to anyone or anything that keeps you tethered to the life you no longer want. Because if you don't, you'll end up just like them. Miserable, trapped, choking on regrets of what could have been. Understand this. Success isolates. The higher you climb, the more people will fall away. You'll lose friends. You'll outgrow relationships. You'll become a target for those who can't stand to see you rise. And it will be lonely. But there's power in that loneliness. Because in those quiet moments, when no one's around to distract you, you'll see the truth. You'll see how much farther you can go without dead weight holding you back. The truth is dark, but it's necessary. You can't take everyone with you. And unfortunate as it sounds, some people were meant to stay at the bottom. They're comfortable there. They thrive in mediocrity. But you're not like them. You're not meant for the middle. And that's what they hate the most. Don't waste your time explaining yourself. Don't beg for their understanding. The moment you elevate, you become the villain in their story. So let them write it. Let them talk. You don't need their approval. And you never did. But you know that now. Because the real ones, the ones who are moving like you, focused like you, hungry like you, relentless like you, they won't be found in the crowd. They're on the mountain, alone, grinding in silence, building in the shadows. If you're still hesitating, still standing on the fence, look around. Ask yourself, are you surrounded by people who want you to win, or people who just want to watch? Winners aren't afraid of losing. They're afraid of wasting time. So, what are you afraid of? Not the dead weight, the lazy, the complainers, the weak. They will drown you in their misery. And if you don't move now, you'll sink with them. So I tell you this in all earnesty. Go win. Go win.